Everybody is yelling about AI right now. One headline says it's going to take your job, another says it's going to destroy the economy, another says it's going to make everyone rich, productive, creative, organized, healthier, smarter, and probably somehow better at making dinner. And, somewhere in the middle of all that noise is a normal person staring at a screen thinking, okay, so, are we actually screwed? Because that's the part people really want to know. Not the sci-fi version, not the billionaire conference version, not the everything is fine, stop asking questions version, the real version. What happens to jobs? What happens to small businesses? What happens to people who are already tired, already busy, already trying to keep up with technology that seems to change every 15 minutes? And here's the problem. A lot of AI conversations are built to scare you, and a lot of them are built to sell you something, but neither one is the same as telling you the truth. So, in this video, we're going to separate the panic from the reality. We're going to look at what's overhyped, what's actually worth paying attention to, and what normal people can do instead of freezing up, tuning out, or pretending none of this matters. Because panic is not a plan, and pretending AI is magic is not a plan either. The better plan is simple. Understand what it can do, understand what it can't do, and use your own brain first, then use AI as a tool when it actually helps. That's where the fear starts to shrink, and that's where the useful part begins. So why does AI feel so scary right now? Well, maybe it feels scary because it moved from someday to right now, very fast. For years, AI sounded like something from a movie. Robots, futuristic labs, tech people talking in words nobody asked for. Then suddenly, regular people could open a tool on their computer and ask it to write an email, summarize a document, generate an image, explain a contract, plan a schedule, or create a business idea. That's a big mental jump. 1 minute, AI is a news story. The next minute, it's sitting inside the tools people already use. And when something moves that fast, people don't just ask, how does this help me? They ask, what does this mean for me? That's where the panic starts. Because AI is not just another app. It touches work, it touches money, it touches creativity, it touches education, it touches customer service, it touches writing, research, video, construction paperwork, estimating, marketing, banking, medical offices, legal work, and everyday decisions. So, when people feel unsettled, that's not stupid, that's human. If a technology shows up and starts doing pieces of work that used to feel safely human, people are going to react. Some will get excited, some will get defensive, some will get overwhelmed, and some will do what most normal people do when a topic feels too big. They ignore it, but ignoring it is where things can get risky. Not because AI is a monster hiding under the bed, but because the workplace can change quietly while people are still trying to decide whether the whole thing is real. The failure demo. What happens when people only panic? Imagine a guy named Stefan. Stefan runs a small contracting business. He's not against technology, but he's tired of hearing about AI. Everywhere he looks, somebody's shouting, AI is going to replace everyone. AI is going to make everyone rich. AI is going to change construction forever. AI is going to ruin construction forever. Stefan hears all of it and thinks, you know what? I'm done. I don't have time for this nonsense. So, he ignores it. At first, nothing terrible happens. He still gets jobs. He still talks to customers. He still writes estimates. He still handles paperwork at night when he should be eating dinner like a normal human being. But little by little, things start changing around him. One competitor starts using AI to clean up customer emails faster. Another starts using it to organize job notes. Someone else uses it to draft follow-up messages, job summaries, safety reminders, or simple marketing posts. Nobody becomes a robot. Nobody fires every human. Nobody builds a magical company overnight. But they save 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, an hour on a Friday, a few headaches on paperwork. And Brian is still doing everything the old way because the only version of AI he ever heard was the panic version. And that is the real danger. Not that AI instantly replaces everybody. The danger is that panic makes people look away. And when people look away, they miss the practical stuff that could actually help them. What AI is not. Let's clear something up. AI is not magic. It's not a genius floating in the sky. How cool would that be though? Honestly, AI isn't a perfect decision maker, and it's definitely not something you should blindly trust with your money, your business, your reputation, or your common sense. AI can sound confident and still be wrong. It can summarize something and miss the important detail. It can generate a beautiful answer that falls apart the second real life walks into the room. That's important to remember, because if you treat AI like an all-knowing expert, you're going to get burned. This is why use your brain first. AI second matters so much. You bring the judgment, you bring the experience, you bring the context, you bring the part AI doesn't have, which is the real-world understanding of what actually happens when people, deadlines, budgets, customers, weather, equipment, paperwork, and mistakes all collide. AI can help organize thoughts, it can help draft, it can help compare, it can help explain, it can help brainstorm, it can help, but it should not replace your judgment. That's not anti-AI, that's responsible AI. What AI actually is. So what is AI practically? For most normal people, AI is a tool that can help with thinking work. Not all work. Thinking work, writing, summarizing, sorting, drafting, comparing, explaining, planning, brainstorming, cleaning up messy notes, turning scattered thoughts into something usable. And that last one is huge, because a lot of people don't struggle because they have no ideas. They struggle because they have too many ideas at once, too many notes, too many tasks, too many emails, too many things they meant to follow up on, too many thoughts bouncing around at the same time. AI can help slow that down, not by doing your whole life for you, but by helping you turn the pile into a path. That's useful. That's not science fiction. That's not hype. That's just a tool being used like a tool. The panic version versus the reality version. The panic version says, AI is coming for everyone. The reality version says, some tasks will change, some jobs will change, some industries will change. But people who learn how to work with new tools usually have a better shot than people who refuse to look at them. The panic version says, AI can do everything. The reality version says, no, it can't. It can write words, organize information, generate ideas, and help with patterns. But it does not have your life experience. It does not know your customer like you do. It does not stand on the job site. It does not feel responsibility. It does not care if the answer is wrong. The panic version says, if you're not an AI expert, you're doomed. The reality version says, you do not need to become an AI expert. You need to become AI aware. That's different. You don't need to know every model, every tool, every update, every technical term, or every argument happening online. You need to know enough to ask better questions, enough to spot nonsense, enough to use helpful tools without handing them the steering wheel. That's the sweet spot. What people should actually do. So what do you do if AI feels overwhelming? Start small. Don't start by trying to automate your whole business. Don't start by rebuilding your entire workflow. Don't start with some giant complicated system that makes you want to throw your laptop into a pond. Start with one annoying task, one email you don't want to write, one messy set of notes, one document you need summarized, one customer message you need to make clearer, one idea you want organized. That's it. Ask AI to help with that. Then read what it gives you. Question it. Fix it. Make it sound like you. Use the helpful part. Delete the weird part. That is how normal people should learn AI. Not by worshiping it. Not by fearing it. By testing it. The human part. AI can't replace. There's another part of this conversation that gets lost. AI can do a lot, but it cannot replace what it means to be a person. It can imitate a caring sentence, but it cannot love your family. It can write a message about grief, but it cannot sit beside someone in hospice and hold their hand with a lifetime of memories behind it. It can generate a parenting tip, but it cannot be a parent. It can mimic encouragement, but it cannot actually know what someone means to you. That matters, because when people talk about AI replacing humans, they sometimes flatten humans into tasks, emails, reports, numbers, scripts, forms. But people are not just task machines. We are relationships, judgment, memory, presence, responsibility, compassion, humor, experience, mistakes, recovery, love. AI may change how work gets done, but it does not become a human being just because it can arrange words in a convincing order. That should give people some peace. Not because AI is harmless, but because humans are still deeply important in ways a machine cannot fully copy. So, are we actually screwed? Not automatically, but we can make things harder on ourselves if we choose the wrong reaction. If we panic, we lose focus. If we worship the technology, we lose judgment. If we ignore it completely, we lose time. The better path is somewhere in the middle. Stay awake. Stay honest. Stay curious. Use your brain first. Use AI second. Learn the tools that matter for your work, your business, your life, or your goals. And don't let the loudest voices online decide how scared you're supposed to be. Because the future probably isn't going to be as simple as AI destroys everything or AI fixes everything. Real life is messier than that. Some people will use AI badly. Some companies will overdo it. Some jobs will change. Some tools will be overhyped. Some fears will be real. Some fears will be nonsense. And normal people will still have to make decisions one step at a time. That's why clarity matters. Here's the simplest way I can say it. AI is not magic. AI is not nothing. AI is not your brain. AI is not your heart. AI is not your experience. It's a tool, a powerful one, a strange one, a fast-moving one, but still a tool. And the people who do best with tools are not usually the people screaming at them from across the room. They're the people who pick them up carefully, test them, learn what they're good for, learn what they're bad at, and keep their judgment intact. So no, I don't think the answer is to be a scaredy cat. And I don't think the answer is to pretend every concern is silly. The answer is to stay calm enough to learn. Because panic is not a plan, clarity is. And around here we don't end in fear, we end in clarity. That's how you build smarter. Light comment question. And now I'm curious, what's the funniest or most ridiculous AI claim you've heard lately? Did somebody say AI is going to replace your dog, your grandma, your boss, your toaster, or your entire personality? Drop it in the comments, because I have a feeling some of these are going to be wild.